But for those who are new to us in this discussion, Russell, can you help us with that distinction between a pro-life bill and an abolitionist bill? Like, what's the distinctives between the two camps?
Yeah, the primary distinction will come from, it begins with treating abortion for what it is. So if you treat abortion as murder, and in your bill, you're going to say abortion is murder. The so-called constitutional right to abortion was unconstitutional, and abortion should be criminalized, thereby abolished. That's going to be sort of the defining characteristic of an abolition bill. The defining characteristic of a pro-life bill is to sort of accept the Supreme Court's ruling that abortion is constitutional and try to find a way to regulate or restrict access to abortion within Roe v. Wade or within KCV Planned Parenthood to try to reduce the number of abortions. Now, there may be good motives on that side, but the defining characteristic of a pro-life bill would be compliance to the Supreme Court, acceptance of the legality of choice, and then sort of trying to make people choose life or make a better choice. Abolition bills, like, there shouldn't be a choice. This should be illegal, a criminal act, that the purpose of government is to actually punish evildoers and protect the innocent.
Russell, can you help me with this? Just give everyone a good perspective of what that looks like. Let's say, for example, a pro-life bill goes into committee and moves its way through and then finally becomes real for the pro-life movement, and they celebrate a victory. What are some of the victories that they actually celebrate? They get a bill going and it actually connects now and it's standing. What's a victory for the pro-life movement?
Yeah, there's been about 250 to 300 pro-life victory bills. Bills such as you can get an abortion after you've looked at an ultrasound. You can get an abortion so long as your abortionist has, hospital visitation privileges or ambulance service, or you can get an abortion so long as your abortionist has a certain sign up in their office. And they celebrate these as victories. Of course, they don't really reduce the number of abortions, and they don't establish justice for preborn fatherless children. But they make people feel like they're doing something. They can say they're winning. They can send out more fundraising letters. They can get more votes. In Oklahoma, they can receive roses for being pro-life, but nothing really changes because they're not calling for justice. They're basically calling for peace when there is no peace, and putting forward these ideas.
Okay.
From an abolitionist perspective, we think that that's actually key to keeping abortion legal. You get all these people that believe abortion is evil and it's murder and ought to be abolished. You get all of them together and get them focused on these incremental victories instead of unifying together to call for total and immediate abolition. And that delays justice. So
yes. Okay. So can you help everyone real fast with the SB 13? What exactly is it, and where's it at right now?
Well, SB 13 removes the exception for abortion in Oklahoma's homicide laws and says that, no, there's not going to be an exception. Like in our actual murder code, it says you can't murder unborn children unless you're doing a legal abortion. So it removes that exception, repeals all the pro-life laws that say you can get an abortion if you do this, this, and this. And it directly challenges the constitutionality of the right to terminate humans in the womb. Where it is currently at is everyone's reading it, everyone's talking about it, and the pro-life lobby and the pro-life legislators in Oklahoma are pulling out all the stops to put forward fake abolition bills to save face. But they're just putting forward these other bills so they don't have to pass Senate Bill 13. But Senate Bill 13 is what not only Oklahoma needs, but any state in the union needs.
Now, Russell, I need you to help me with this, and we have to try to be measured, of course, and humble and gracious, but also we have to be honest in this entire work. What we've run into in the past in these kinds of situations, and you've seen this more than any of us. When you have these things in motion, some of the greatest pushback and resistance you receive is not ultimately from the opposition in terms of pro-choicers. You're seeing opposition from Christian organizations, pro-life organizations, working against a bill to criminalize and abolish and to end once and for all abortion in Oklahoma. Can you help us with that? What does that look like?
Well, right now it very literally looks like the Baptist General Convention of Oklahoma conspiring in backroom deals with political leaders and the heads of the Catholic Church in Oklahoma to together be unified in their opposition to Senate Bill 13. We have actually received zero opposition from any pro-choice groups. There's just, I mean, Oklahoma is, it is a very conservative red state. Pro-lifers dominate the House, the Senate, the governor's office. The only people who possess any power to stop abortion from being abolished in Oklahoma are, professing Christians and pro-lifers. And yes, they are actively scheming, writing letters, making public pronouncements, calling press conferences, and joining. It's very strange, but the leaders of the Catholic, I don't know what you call them, the Catholic
diocese.
Church. Yeah, the archdiocese of the Catholic Church here.
Yeah.
Along with the president of the Baptist General Convention and the head press guys there, they are all actively working, and quite literally, you don't understand. So I'm at the Capitol quite a bit. They are quite literally having closed door secret meetings to come up with ways to scheme killing Senate Bill 13. While at the same time, you've got thousands of people demanding that this bill is heard.
Russell, here's the thing. We have to bring people into this with us. You and I sound like fanatics and nutcases,
conspiracy
theorists, when we say that it is the pro-life organizations that are stopping the abolition of abortion. People hear that and they may tune out and say, you guys are crazy. Russell, we're telling the truth. So please explain what that looks like and how do we prove that? Like what does it look like that this is true? The pro-life movement is working against bills to end and criminalize and abolish abortion in Oklahoma. Prove it to us.
Well, first off, I know it sounds conspiratorial, but this shouldn't be surprising to anyone who has sort of a biblical worldview.
Right.
This is pretty much it. Not only that their opposition would come from political and religious authorities, but that they would kind of use some of the tactics that they're using, slander, confusion, division. So this should not be like the way that we're looking at it. We see like these religious authorities and these political authorities meeting together, conspiring to kill a righteous bill and defame a righteous man and those who are helping him and following him. Mm-hmm. And that's what's going on. So this shouldn't be conspiratorial. This should be pretty much, this is what the Bible this is what Jesus, warned us of, warned beware the leaven of the Pharisees, beware the leaven of Herod. When you go out doing things in my name, they are going to say all manner of evil things from town to town or from blog to blog, from Facebook post to Facebook post. They're going to say all things about you. Right. So this shouldn't be surprising. But I think one of the reasons that we're having the show is that for those who are like, no, you guys are just kind of weaving this out of nowhere. No, it's not actually true. Just through the providence of God, I mean, we're intercepting their actual, unfruitful deeds of darkness. They're getting exposed. And that's what this letter from Oklahomans for Life. It is literally the vice president of the National Right to Life writing a letter to Julie Daniels, Senator Julie Daniels, the chair of the Judiciary Committee in Oklahoma, telling her to make sure that she moves her bill through the process in such a way that it won't get challenged or cross-examined by Senator Silk, and that it can pass and not have to be scrutinized.
Wow.
I mean, this is we're not making this up. I mean, it's literally here, and
it's unreal. And that where is that available, Russell, so that everyone can go take a look at it?
Yeah, the letter is actually, we published it on the Free the States Facebook page, and I did a little analysis of it for people because you might read it and think, well, I don't see what is so problematic here. So I did a short video to try to explain what's going on in this letter. But that's on the Free the States Facebook page, right? Facebook apologetics.com/freethestates.
Got it.